What's that sound? It's a musical car. It's a hit sensation across the nation. An up-and-coming star. See me riding every day. I'm never too far. Jeff's musical car.
Hi, welcome to Jeff's Musical Car, and this time I have Jaeyoung Chong, and he brought a cello. So this is the first time, so welcome to Jeff's Musical Car, and tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, as I've been playing the cello for 10 to 12 years, I've been mainly focusing on the classical genre, but in the past few years, I've been getting into many other genres, such as metal, rock, world, alternative, acoustic, and etc. I'm really getting into a lot of these other genres, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Do you think that kind of helps you grow musically too, just being able to take in and experiment with all these different styles?
Oh, of course. As a classical musician, it's difficult to especially explore around that other type of genre. But for me, I believe it's, since classical is the root of all music in general, and I think trying all these other genres out is really, it makes me think outside the box.
Yeah. So tell me about this composition you're going to do for me. This is original, right?
Yes, it is. It's written just a few weeks ago, actually. And it's very fiddly. It's got a bit of a Acadian flair to it with nice, fun, cheesy melodies.
Yeah.
And it's called The Backyard Memories.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
One thing I've always liked about classical music is even though there's no lyrics, you can still feel a story in it, and you can still kind of create what a meaning to it, I guess, to whatever is in your head.
I guess that's what I was going for, and this is more classical crossover.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's more audible and more clear for the wider audiences, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. A lot of classical musicians, they have the luxury of being able to travel and visit a lot of neat places. Has this been the case for you?
Oh, of course. It's a lot, mostly with for me, especially music camps. Actually, just summer, I was just in Magog, Quebec, and really deep down in the forest where there's a music camp set up there.
Okay.
And I was there for a retreat and studying with famous faculty from the U.S. side, and Domaine Forget in Quebec was another part. Ottawa. I've been traveling everywhere.
Mm-hmm. What was the most out of the box thing that you've done that really kind of challenged you and maybe was something that you really appreciate doing and trying?
So far I've enjoyed every single one of them.
Yeah.
But I think the one I've been recently doing is, and I'm actually also releasing an album on my own, is a very a minimalistic ambiance like music that I've been composing, and I'm making an album out of it. And I think the challenging part that I've realized with kind of ambience music, minimalistic music, is very tedious to kind of write music like that. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult to try to keep things entertaining while having that kind of music, making that kind of music. But the great thing about that kind of music is very mesmerizing, and it's coming up very soon.
Okay. Would you say that it also makes it more rewarding in the way that it is so difficult, but when you actually put something together, you kind of blow yourself away saying, wow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And yeah, there's that kind of idea. I've been composing a lot more recently, and like I said, I've just started to try these different multi-genre styles in the past few years. And you might know other musicians that you've worked with, Connor Morand.
Yeah.
Those guys. I did an album with him. His album Matter of Fiction.
Last question: what's one thing that when you're playing in an orchestra with all these other people, is there something that is maybe unique that people wouldn't even know? Some stuff that maybe happens behind the scenes,
of course,
or during the show that maybe people wouldn't catch. That's kind of interesting.
First of all, if you think a rock band is loud, when you're playing with an orchestra, is very loud.
Oh, yeah?
I do want to let people know that, because some people are just like, "Oh, orchestra music's so boring." But when you're in the pit, when you're in the orchestra, and when you're the audience, just listening to just all that instrument just blending in together, it's such a magical experience. And it used to be back in the olden days that people would go in to concerts wearing their fancy clothes, like men would wear the tuxedos as an audience. Right now, and because of that, and the reason for that, all that fanciness is to get them. They're expecting something special. Mm-hmm. In a rock band scenario, you would go in jeans and shirt and you would just go and rock on, right?
Yeah.
In classical music, there's something that you can just emotional wise, there's so much in variety, and I think that's really one of the biggest reasons why I love classical music, and I'm going to work on it until the rest of my life.
Yeah, and there's something special too about creating something with so many people, because everybody has their part and everyone needs to work together as a team and support each other. So just the fact that you can pull something off with this many people, everyone on time, everyone on cue, it's kind of crazy just to think of that as well.
Definitely. And it's for the fact that we're playing compositions that are very old and very they're practically artifacts.
Yeah.
And the great thing about classical music is also that we keep them alive, and when we're playing it, we're making it alive, and we're showing all this. And we're showing all this with the blend of the instruments with the orchestra. We're showing them to the audience, so it's a very special experience to be in an orchestra and everything.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that was Jaeyoung. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
And if you guys have more questions, just fire him off an email.
Yeah.
And check out his. Do you have an official Facebook page or website for your music?
I do run a YouTube channel. It's Jae Chong Music. You can search it; it'll be there, or type in my name. On the search, it'll be there. I do a lot of multi-track covers, improvisation, and some of my compositions are there as well. You can also. I also have Twitter and Instagram, JC Music, and I just recently started off Bandcamp, so you can check that out as well.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Jeff's Musical Car. It was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.